On the 4th of August 1914, Australia entered World War I on the side of the British Empire. It was the first global war, and the first to feature machinery as well as men. Tanks, aircraft, new heavy and destructive artillery, machine guns and gas, frightening new innovations whose success was written in blood. By the time the war ended in 1919, 60,000 of the 416,000 Australians who served were dead, and some 156,000 had been wounded, a casualty rate of almost 55%. The mateship forged by the diggers in the trenches and the sacrifices they made in battle was dubbed the Anzac Spirit.
Well, Private Harry Edward Smith was nothing actually special as such, but he served his country. He died serving his country. He was the first person who was mortally wounded and then died through his wounds on the first day of the Gallipoli campaign. And he was 24 years old, lest we forget.
While the monuments and the marches recall the deeds of those men who served, much less attention has been paid to the some 3,000 civilian nurses who also served.
I think they deserve to stand up there on the monuments with the Anzacs because they had to fight two battles. They had to look after the young men who had been destroyed or near destroyed by this machine.
Help me!
Seeing the chest wounds, the abdominal wounds, the amputations, the shock, seeing the gasping victims of gas attacks and so on. These women didn't crack. They also had to deal with the fact that there were many who said, well, they shouldn't be doing that. This isn't a place for women, you know. Orderlies, male orderlies, are far more important to the nursing of the wounded.
Orderly, can I get some clean bandages?
Bugger off.
Nurses only get in the way. The attitude towards nurses, military nurses, had not altered since the days of Florence Nightingale.
But to our wounded servicemen on the front line, the nurses in their white aprons and veils appeared to them as angels. They were the angels of the battlefield. Amongst the angels who served with distinction were Sisters Nellie Maurice and Catherine Porter, both from New South Wales. Two young women representing the generations who will help keep the Anzac spirit alive for the next 100 years have volunteered to go on a journey of discovery, back to the past.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I'm a journalism student at the University of Wollongong and I come from Bowral, which is in the Southern Highlands, just 2 hours south of Sydney.
Hi, my name's Ashley. I'm 21. I study education and history and I live in Sydney.
I think this could be a really interesting journey back into the past. I'm excited to find out about Sister Nellie Maurice and what she did and why she volunteered. It actually makes me wonder if I would have been brave enough to go to war.
My great-grandfather, Reginald Francis McCrory, was a stretcher bearer during World War I. Although I never met him, my grandmother told us lots and it made me realise how horrible it would have been then. I feel I should know more about it because it was those actions that defined who we are as Australians and the values that we hold dear. So I'm really looking forward to finding out more about Catherine Porter, or Kitty as she was known.